A couple of days ago, I made a video talking about how a screen protector company accidentally posted some things early for the Z Fold 7, and that resulted in some imagery, probably of a dummy unit, but nonetheless, some imagery of the Fold 7 being available sooner than it should have been. Now, given this is actually a screen protector brand and installation method that I've used before and actually quite liked, I went ahead and ordered one of them. It has now been delivered, or it actually was delivered a couple of days ago. But in this video, I think we can use this screen protector to come up with some pretty interesting comparisons in terms of size and aspect ratio of that cover display. Now, I do quickly want to give another shout out to Jamal Lee, who has a Z Fold 7 dummy unit. They posted a video 19 hours ago where they are comparing that dummy unit to the Fold 6 and the Fold 5. So if you want to see those direct comparisons, I'll put a link to that video in the description down below. But for this video, let's take a look at this screen protector and see what information that can give us. So here is the screen protector in question, and I think using this, we should be able to get a pretty good idea of how big the Galaxy Z Fold 7's cover display will be in terms of that width, in terms of the height, the aspect ratio. Let's start off with, I think, the most obvious one, which is going to be the Galaxy Z Fold 6. How big of a difference, how big of an improvement is that going to be? And if we try to kind of just lay this thing right on top, lined up about as well as we can, it's wanting to slide off. What you can see here is that it does stick out on the top and the bottom because, of course, the screen is getting larger. Now, what's interesting to me about this is that it almost looks like it's exactly the same in terms of the gained height and in terms of the gained width. So that's going to basically be the same aspect ratio, just larger. Now, one thing you need to keep in mind is that when you're looking at this difference, like if I'm going to sit here and try to measure this with my calipers, I wouldn't be measuring this. I actually need to measure all the way to the black line because that's the actual screen size, and that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about the body of the device. We're talking about this screen, and the screen protector is going to sit just like you see here inside that black area. So if we do that, that's something like 5.3-ish millimeters in width being gained. And then if we come down here, it's something like 4.5 millimeters being gained. So that is a fairly substantial difference, and it is gaining a little bit of width in terms of aspect ratio, but largely it's just getting bigger. Compared to the S25 Ultra, you guys might remember I did my little 3D printed dummy unit, and I was like, wow, this looks like it's going to be a very, very similar device. Well, when you account for the hinge and you account for the bezels, which are going to be larger, that actually isn't as true as I was hoping that it was going to be. If we line all of this up, you can see that the S25 Ultra's screen is quite a bit larger. This should actually stay in place and make this a little bit easier. Again, measuring to the black, we are looking at about 7 millimeters in difference there, and something like 5.9 millimeters difference in height. But of course, comparing this to other foldables, I think is what really makes sense. So we have the Oppo Find N5 here, and look, the screen shape is different. This has rounded corners, whereas the Fold 7 is squared off. But if we line this up on the edge of the bottom and of the edge on the side, what you'll see here is that this is actually very, very close. We're looking at about 2-ish millimeters on the top and about 2-ish millimeters on the side. So very, very similar to the Oppo Find N5. And of course, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold will do the same thing here, trying to line up that bottom edge and the side edge. And it's basically identical in terms of width with just a little bit of added height. And it's not a lot of added height. It's just a little bit. So if you're used to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold screen, take that and add just a teeny tiny bit of height and you've got the Z Fold 7. Now, as you can see, the unveiling of the Z Fold 7, the Z Flip 7, is right around the corner, less than a day away. We will be live here on this channel with that event, so you're going to want to be here and be in that chat having a good time watching this device be unveiled. So very, very soon, we're going to stop doing the speculation and we're going to start actually knowing about this device. And then hopefully very soon after that, we'll have it in hand here for an unboxing and a review and a multitasking review, productivity, camera, on and on and on. So make sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. I will see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.